appreciation and value to all the gods and goddesses. So I just want to talk about something real quick, right? I want to talk about genetics, right? Something that is continuously overlooked by everybody, because we can sit up here and we can talk about who's black, who's white, Black Lives Matter, and this, that, and the third. We can talk about all that shit, right? But this is one thing that's never brought up, right? And when you dig into books like this, genetics, biology, neurobiology, I got stem cells, I got anatomy coming too, but we definitely have been digging into these books, you know what I'm saying? But most importantly, this one, right? Understanding that there are two different types of organisms on this planet, right? The eukaryotic organisms and the prokaryotic organisms. And it's just funny because we were taught this in school. We were taught this, I want to say 10th or 11th grade, right? And just like this book, the teachers were, they were relying heavily like on the eukaryotic and trying to convince everybody that we're all of the eukaryotic organism. But I'm gonna give you a basic little understanding as far as I've researched. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. You feel me? So let me open this up real quick and flip to that page. There is a difference. You feel me? So when we're dealing with the eukaryotic organism compared to the prokaryote, the eukaryotic organism has a nucleus, and inside that nucleus contains their DNA. That DNA consists of animal-based DNA. Of course, you can go and Google what a human is to figure that out, okay? You can even go as far as to see that when a eukaryotic organism cells is exposed to, radiation or ultraviolet rays, it acts as a hazard within that cell, right? To the point where it starts to break it down, even killing it off. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. We already have an understanding that we come coated in a protection barrier that's called melanin that protects you from this ultraviolet, they say harmful ultraviolet rays and radiation coming from the sun. That same melanin converts that sunlight into chemical energy, right? And they like to say that the prokaryotic organism, right, is an organism that is just bacteria and yada 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 and all of that shit, right? In the same breath, when they say that type of shit, they say that it's been here since before the eukaryotic organism, right? Since the beginning of time even, and even go as far as to say that it's like a spring or not a spring, a spawn or like an offspring of the prokaryotic cell, right? Man, when you're dealing with this shit, it's so much like confusion that they try to throw at you, but it's easy to understand at the same time, because they even go as far as to say about the prokaryotic cell, for example, right? So let me just show you guys a picture of the eukaryotic cell. Now, the eukaryotic cell is the one that's on the right. Like, let me see. Right here. And this is the prokaryotic cell. The only reason this is more complicated because they have to deal with more, different types of DNA and processing all of that information from those different types of animals and different types of, that consist in that cell. Now, on top of that, right, when we dealing with the prokaryotic cell, And y'all gotta understand, I'm like a baby. I'm like new to this shit. You know what I'm saying? I had an understanding on it, but now I'm gaining more of an understanding. You feel me? To solidify what I learned. What else? Okay, so right here, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but this blue part that I'm finna read, right? It says, only the eukaryotic cells are capable of ingesting fluids and particles for nutrients, right? Or nutrition. Prokaryotes must transport materials through their cell walls, a process that severely limits their dietary options, right? Now, when you figure that out, right, it says they must transport materials through their cell walls. That's exactly what a plant does, right? Now, mind you, I just said we do the same. We convert sunlight into chemical energy with our melanin, right? If I can just find this part, and I'm digging into this biology book right now for this part, because it tells you that plants have a specific pigment, and I believe it's called chlorophyll, right? The green pigment. Give me a second if I can just find this. Okay, right here. Plants, algae, and green bacteria use pigments to absorb light from the sun. You're probably most familiar with the pigment chlorophyll, which colors the leaves of plants green, okay? Understand that they're talking about, that's just basically them saying that plants absorb the sun and turn it into energy through the process of photosynthesis. That is literally what we're doing. And I'm gonna make a video about it because I gotta dig and read into it a little bit more. But that is literally what we do with our because melanin ain't just protection from the sun. It's more than just that. You feel me? But I just wanted to get that out there. There is a difference between us at the end of the day, okay? We cannot keep saying, oh, we're the same, I don't see color. Okay, you can say that. But when we dig into what's really there, we see that there's a difference. That's it. You feel me? I hope that y'all can take this and run with it and go and do the research and look all of this stuff up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, it's been real. It's finna get up there. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I will be back with some more videos speaking on this. I just got to get back on to reading it. I'm out. Peace.